So if we look at number one, it says write the point slope form. So point slope looks like this. Y minus y1 equals mx minus x1. Okay, so that's what I need my answer to look like. Now let's look at what we're given. What we're given is a point, so x1, y1. And what letter do we use for slope? M. Okay, so that's what we have. This is what we need our answer to look like. So do I have enough information to just go ahead and plug it in? Yeah, I do. Okay, I got an x1, I got a y1, I got an m. So it's going to look like y minus my y1 is -2 equals my m, which is -6. X minus my x1 is -3. Okay, are we finished with that one or no?
No.
No, why not?
Because you have double negatives.
Yeah, we gotta change those negatives to a positive. So right here should really be a plus, and right here should really be a plus. Okay, the next part says write the slope-intercept form of the equation on the right. Okay, so slope-intercept form looks like y equals mx plus b. So that's what we need our answer to look like. Okay, now let's look at what we're given. Well, we're given a point, x1, y1, and a slope, so we're m. Do we have enough information to go ahead and plug it in that formula? Do we have enough information? No, we do not.
No, you don't.
Why not? What are we missing? Do we have a y? Y and x are just always there. Do we have an m? Yeah. Do we have a b? No. So, in this case, you're always gonna go with a different formula then. If that formula doesn't work, what formula would work? Well, the formula that would work is gonna be that one. Okay, so let's start with that one. So y minus y1, even though we need our answer to look like this, okay, so we're gonna say y minus my y1 is 5 equals my m, which is -2, x minus my x1 is -4. Okay, and that minus minus we can change into a plus. Okay, and then from here, we can go ahead and do what? We're trying to get y by itself, distribute. Okay, so -2 times x is going to be -2x. -2 times 4. What is -2 times 4? It's going to be -8. Then what needs done? I'm trying to get y by itself. Add 5 to both sides. Okay, is the 5 going to go with the 2 or the 8? The 8. So it's going to look like y equals -2x minus 3. Okay, number 5, it says write the point slope form. Okay, so if we're looking at this, which form is the point slope form? Form 1, form 2, form 3? Look at mine. 1, 2, or 3? 2 is point slope form. Okay, you can tell point slope form because it has the parentheses. Okay, so point slope has parentheses. So that's what we need our answer to look like. So my answer needs to look like, when I'm all said and done, y minus y1 equals m x minus x1. I want my answer to look like that. Now, look at what they've given us in the problem. How do we label those? How do we label this? X1, Y1. What about this guy? X2, Y2. Which one of these formulas has an X1, Y1, X2, Y2? Formula 1, Formula 2, or Formula 3? Formula 1. Okay, so Formula 1 is the only one that has that. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Okay, so Y2 minus Y1. So 5 minus 0 over X2, negative 4 minus 3. Okay, plug that in your calculator, see what you get. Okay, what'd you guys get? Negative 5 over 7. Okay, so that's what we got so far. Okay, and what is that? What were we finding? What letter did we just find then? Look at the formula that we just used. What letter did we find? M, or our slope. Okay, so this is my M now. Okay, this is my M. Do we have enough things in order to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We got an X1, we got a Y1, and we also have an M. So we've got enough to do this. So now we can go ahead and use this formula. So Y minus Y1, which is 0, equals my M. What's my M? Negative 5 over 7. X minus my X1 is 3. Okay, and so this is the first part of the new, which is what we'll be doing today. Okay, is taking 2 points, putting them, find the slope, and then put it in point slope form. Okay, that's the new of what we're going to be doing today. So you're going to consistently take the 2 points, find the slope, and then do point slope. So essentially you're doing Formula 1, Formula 2. Okay, you have to do Formula 1 first, and then do Formula 2. Okay, so look at number 7. I don't know what number it is. Is it 7?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to start off and label X1, Y1. We're going to use that first formula. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay, so it's going to look like Y2. So 1 minus Y1, which is negative 3, over my X2. So 2 minus my X1, which is 0. Leslie, put that up. Okay, type it in your calculator and see what you get. What did you guys get? 2? Okay. And again, I said it the other day, but I'm going to say it again. This is where, no offense, not trying to offend anybody, but smart kids lack, and I don't want to say smart kids in math. Okay, lack, and kids who are not so good at math are almost better. Okay, use the calculator. You guys do it in your head, and then you forget to reduce fractions, and you forget to get rid of negatives, because there's just a lot going on. Okay, use the calculator. Even if you want to do it in your head, then just type in the calculator real quick and double check it. Okay, because literally everything's going to be wrong. This is only step 1, and we're going all the way to step 3 today, and everything's going to be wrong at that point. Okay, if you mess up the fraction. So just use the calculator. So this is my M, we just found it, and so we're gonna go ahead and do point slope formula, so formula number 2. So Y minus, what is my Y1? What did I call my Y1? Negative 3 equals my M, what's my M? 2. X minus, what's my X1? 0. Okay, and then again, we need to go through and change that minus minus into a positive. Okay, number 9, I'm gonna go ahead and label x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, again, we're gonna start with formula 1, so y2 minus y1, so negative 2 minus negative 1 over negative 3 minus 0. 1/3. Somebody agree with 1/3? Okay, and so that is my what? What did we just find? My m or my slope. Okay, this is my m. So I got y minus my y1 is negative 1 equals my m, 1/3, x minus my x1 is 0. Okay, and that minus minus I need to make into a positive. Okay, 11, I'm gonna go ahead and label x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so it's gonna look like y2 minus y1, so 4 minus 4 over negative 5 minus 2. Hmm? 0? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's my m. Okay, and then from here it's gonna look like y minus my y1 is 4. My m is 0. X minus my x1 is 2. Okay, number 13 and 14, you're gonna cross out. Okay, so cross out 13 and 14. Okay, so look at number 15. Number 15, it says write the slope-intercept form. Okay, so which form is that? Formula 1, Formula 2, or Formula 3? Slope-intercept form. 1, 2, or 3? Okay, and we know this one's called what? What are you finding? The slope. This is the slope. Okay, we talked about this one has parentheses. So this is point slope. So this one has to be slope-intercept. And if you're not sure, okay, this one has a point, which is right here, x1, y1, okay, and a slope. This one has a slope, and then the b is what? Let me remember, what's the b?
Y-intercept?
The y-intercept. Okay, this has a slope intercept. Okay, they're all named after something. Okay, so for 15, we want to get to Formula 3. That's our goal. Okay, well, these are pretty self-explanatory. You have to start off with step 1, work your way to step 2, then work your way to step 3. Okay, so we want our answer to look like that y equals mx plus b. Okay, and we're going to start off with Formula 1. So we need to find the m for starters. Okay, so we're going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and we got to do all 3 steps, so write small, save yourself some room. Okay, so it's going to look like 0 minus 3 over negative 5 minus 5. Three over 10? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 over 10, that's my m. Okay, from there, our next step is going to be to do Formula 2, which is what we were just doing on that previous page. Okay, so y minus, what's my y1? 3 equals my m, which is 3 over 10, x minus my x1 is 5. Okay, and then the jump from formula 2 to formula 3 is probably the hardest. However, there are only 2 steps. The first step is what? To distribute or multiply. The second step is always going to be to either add or subtract based on what's going on next to the y. Okay, so our first step is going to be distribute. So y, or 3 over 10 times x is going to be 3 over 10x. Okay, so y minus 3 equals 3 over 10x. Okay, and then you got to do the other fraction part. So when you're doing your calculator, you're going to want to hit this fraction button. Okay, you're going to put the 3 on top and the 10 on the bottom, and then you need to hit your over button to say times off to the side -5. Okay, you cannot put the times underneath here. Okay, and so when you do that, what do you get? And do not erase, by the way. -3 over 2? Somebody agree? Okay, so that's what we get for this back part. And then, so we've distributed, we've done the multiplication, okay, and then are we gonna add or subtract? What number's next to the y? Add 3 to both sides. Okay, and this is why I say don't erase, because right now on your calculator, you should have -3 over 2, right? Just click +3. It'll say answer, and then like, say +3. Okay, and what do you get? -3 over 2 plus 3. Huh?
9 over 2.
9 over 2? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay, this one was a little more complex just because there was a lot of fractions going on. Sometimes you're going to have a lot of fractions, sometimes you won't. So it kind of just depends on what the slope is. Whatever the slope is dictates everything else. If your slope's a whole number, then you'll have all whole numbers. If your m, meaning step 1, okay, is a fraction, then everything else below that is pretty much going to be fractions, okay? So use the calculators, it won't be too bad. Okay, 17, we're going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so it's going to look like -5 minus -5 over 0 minus 2. Okay, and what do you get? 0. Okay, so 0 for my m. This is my m. So it's going to look like y minus my y1 is -5. My m is 0. X minus x1. And again, is our slope a whole number or a fraction this time? It's a whole number, so it shouldn't be too bad to do this one, okay? The fractions are the ones that suck, okay? We're going to start off by changing this to a plus, for starters. And then we're going to go ahead and distribute. So 0 times x, 0x. 0 times -2 is 0. You can say plus or minus, it doesn't matter. Okay, and then who needs moved?
5.
The 5. So we're going to say -5. And who's he going to go under? The plain 0. Okay, not the one with the x. So we get y equals 0x minus 5. We're going to do one more. Okay, so you guys can cross off 21, 22, 23, 24. '21, 22, 23, 24. So really you should have all crossed off, what, 13, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, last one. 19, I'm going to say x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, so it's gonna look like -3 minus 1 over 1 minus 4. Four over 3. Somebody agree? Okay, so it's gonna look like y minus, my y1 is 1. My slope is 4 over 3. X minus my x1 is 4. Okay, do we have any double negatives? No, so we're going to distribute. Okay, 4 over 3 times x is 4 over 3x. 4 over 3 times -4. 4 over 3 times -4.
-16 over 3. I agree.
Somebody agree? You don't?
Because mine says 16 over, like, just already 16 over. Oh, wait, hold on, it is negative.
It's -16?
Yeah.
No, you're okay. I wasn't thinking it was gonna be -16 over 3 either. That's why, hence my pause, because I was like, wait. I was thinking it was gonna be a -3, just in general. And then we're gonna do what?
Close one.
Add 1 to both sides. Okay, so it's really gonna be -16 over 3 plus 1. And what is that? -16 over 3 plus 1. Bless you. Huh? -13 over 3? Somebody agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the rest of the sheet is for you guys to do. Go through and get your side done.